They sound like the music sticks that you used to beat in music class. But I guarantee you, these are not music sticks. These are my dilators, and this is what we'll be talking about today. Stay tuned. Okay, so first let me start off by saying yes, I had my surgery. It finally happened. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh mon dieu. Oh my god. Rar. It happened. I am so happy. It has been such a long time coming. I'm sure you guys, you've been watching me for years. You know how long I've been waiting for this. You know how long I've been trying to make this happen. You know how much of a struggle it's been and how much of a process it's been and how many basically like hoops that I had to jump through to get this. But your girl got her kitty. Rar. Anyways, okay, simmering. What's up? Also, ignore the stack of stuff on the couch back there. Some of those items are items that my boyfriend ordered for himself so that he'd have a bunch of stuff when he got back. A couple of those things are things that I ordered for him. It's just like his stack of presents when he comes home from his deployment that he gets to have. So we're just gonna ignore that, and that'll gradually keep growing bigger over the months until he gets home and we figure out where we're putting everything. Anyways, we got the hair done, we got the makeup done, we're looking pretty. Yes, I got completely sidetracked there. But yeah, my surgery happened not last year. I keep on wanting to say last year because like we're still the start of 2025, but my surgery happened October 11th 2023, and we're 1 year and 3 months and 12 days from my surgery, which is actually crazy and amazing. And like I said, I could not be happier. It has been such a relief, and I'm so glad that process is done. Like I said, it's not the last surgery I want to get, but it was by far the biggest and the most important for me personally to get. Recovery also went pretty good. Now, it was definitely very painful and not a super fun time the first month, and then the second month it wasn't like super bad, and then by the third month I was pretty much back to normal, moving around, jumping. I don't think I did cartwheels then, but I could probably do a cartwheel if I wanted to. I think I did a cartwheel like around month 5 or month 6 maybe. I don't know. I can't remember exactly when it was, but it was like a little bit further on down the line than that. The first month, like I said, was pretty rough. I was walking around like a 90-year-old pregnant lady. It was bad. I was just completely hunched over and in such a wide stance. I could not, for the life of me, bring my thighs together to touch. They were like this far apart. This is how close my feet could come together for the first month. It was rough. I waddled. I had like a pregnant lady waddle. I was like hunched over like I was walking with a cane. It was a rough time, but like obviously we got through it. Look at us now. We're vibing, we're chilling, we're dancing. Our hips are pretty tight, not gonna lie. We gotta do some stretching and some stuff down through there, but like that's okay. We had a pretty invasive surgery, so kind of happens. Also gained some weight, but we're gonna be working on losing that off. I remember there was this one time, this would probably been like maybe we're going to talk about 2 stories today, and both of these stories probably happened within the first month of dilations because that was when it was the worst. The first like week and a half, 2 weeks wasn't that bad because they had me on high painkillers, and we can talk more about the process of everything there in a separate video if you want, because we are getting way off topic with this. But like the first 2 months wasn't that bad because I was on painkillers, but once I got off the painkillers it was excruciating. I was remembering this one time where I was going to have a shower after my dilations and I couldn't even reach up to grab the shower head, the faucet, to like pull off and use it because like I need to bring the shower head and down and like wash everywhere, and I couldn't like just leave it up there. I had to bring it down and be able to like get everywhere. And my boyfriend, God bless him, he had run so many stuff up to me that night, but I still had to ask him again for another one. So at first I forgot my towel or something like that, so he ran that up to me, and then I forgot my Benjamin and my vape, so he ran those up to me, and then I wanted a water, so I was like, hey, can you get me a cup of water? And he ran that up to me, and then I was finally able to get into the shower, and I tried to reach the shower head and I couldn't reach it, and I was like, Daddy, I need your help again. I can't reach the shower. Can you come get it for me? And I could hear him laugh, but then he came up and he got it and he helped me out. So like, bless him. But yeah, it was a little rough during the first week, and that leads into the next story, which dilation trauma time. So what is dilations? What are they? How do they work? These are my 3 dilators. This is number 2, this is number 3, this is number 1. That also leads me to believe number 4. That also leads me to believe that there is a number 1, but number 1 was not included in the dilator kit, because I'm presuming they don't want you to use number 1 because that would make your kitty too tight down there. How it was supposed to be is I was supposed to use number 3 for 5 minutes, and then I was supposed to use number 4 for 25 minutes. And that was the regular dilation schedule. Now in the first month, if you were having trouble, you could use number 2 for 5 minutes and then number 3 for 25 minutes. But they wanted you to get up to the next level pretty soon. Like, they didn't want you to be on this one for that long, because this is helping your vaginal cavity stay open and prevent itself from closing and and preventing your vaginal cavity from closing on itself and you not being able to have intercourse, which we all like the intercourse, let's be real. I would very much like to have it, so we dilate. Also, if you're having intercourse, then you also don't need to dilate. Anywhere between like there and there is good. I've heard people go further, but like also, I don't know, seems a little fishy. If your partner was like this, that's okay. That's completely okay, but you probably wouldn't want to dilate with that, because that, compared to that, is going to be a pretty big drastic difference on your cavity and canal and your ability to accommodate future penile insertions. You won't be able to handle the bigger dicks. I was trying to think of how else to say that, but there's no other way to say that. Well, there's probably other ways to say it, but like I didn't want to really think that hard. So yeah, that's how long I'm supposed to do my dilations for each set. Now keep in mind, during the first month, I'm doing 4 sets a day. During the second and the third month, I'm doing 3 sets a day. During the 4th, 5th, and 6th months, I'm doing 2 sets a day. During months 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, I'm doing dilations once a day. And then during months, or once I get past the 12-month marker, then I can drop to dilations once a week. And like I said, once you get to, I think it was 3 months in, you can start having intercourse and exploring your clitoris. I think you were supposed to start exploring the clitoris a little bit before 3 months, but don't quote me on that. And when you start having intercourse, if your partner can replace the size of your dilators, then like 100%, like you can replace dilations with intercourse, and you very much should, because intercourse is way more pleasurable than dilations. Now that being said, I didn't follow my dilation schedule strictly exactly how I should. Now I did do it, don't get me wrong, 4 times a day for the first month, 3 times a day for month 2 and 3, 2 times a day for month 4, 5, 6, and once a day for months 7 to 12, and then once a week moving forward past that. I definitely did follow that part of the schedule. But the part that I didn't stick to was I didn't stick with the 3 and the 4 myself. I did the 2 and the 3 for a decent amount of time, probably longer than I should, because I had a little bit of PTSD and trauma from my dilations because of a story time that we're going to get into here in a second. And I definitely spent a little bit more time in the baby stage before moving back to the big girl stage. But that's okay, because everyone's going to be going through this process in their transition at their own rate. I didn't notice any issues when I dilate. I still have full depth. I still can get this much in when I put number 4 in. I guess you can't really see it like there, but I can get up to the notch right there, the second one down. This one's like at the opening, but this one is where it disappears inside of me. So basically in between those ones. But yeah, I had a really bad experience with my dilations. There was one day where I had just come off all my painkillers and I was just doing dilations with Tylenol Extra Strength, and I was just getting used to them. And I had number 3 in for the 5 minutes that I was supposed to do. And then I put number 4 in, and then I was supposed to do it for 25 minutes. And I made it through the whole 25 minutes, but I think I got like 15 minutes left in my dilation, and I started like profusely like doing my heavy breathing, trying to get through it. I was like borderline like, oh my god, this is so much fucking pain. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I kept doing my deep breaths and doing all that. I got through it. The timer went off. I literally took my dilator out of me. I biffed it across the room. I don't remember if it landed on the couch. I don't remember if it landed on the bed. I just remember biffing it across the room, rolling over into my boyfriend's chest and bawling for a solid like 15-20 minutes uncontrollably, because like it was so painful. So I had a little bit of PTSD from that. So after that, I ended up switching back to the number 2 and the number 3, and that worked really well. But I probably could have returned to this a lot sooner. I just, obviously, as you can probably tell, had a little bit of like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, anxiety, PTSD, traumatic, whatever you want to call it. I was a little traumatized by this big boy right here, but we can handle him. So yeah, like I said, I ended up just sticking with the 2 and the 3 for probably like 3 months in. When I did add number 4, I still didn't add it like strictly just 3 and 4. I would do number 2 for about 7 minutes, and then at the start, I would go in with number 3 for about 15-20 minutes, and then try to do number 4 for 5 to 10 minutes, and then gradually decrease number 3 to like 10 minutes, and then number 4 to 20 minutes, and then try to gradually decrease them and switch them up. And even to this day, I'll still do like 7 minutes number 2, 10 minutes number 3, and then 20 minutes number 4. So it's not like exactly the 5 minutes this one, 25 minutes the other one, but I'm still doing 30 minutes worth of dilations, and I'm still doing a very decent amount of time of the number 4 dilator. And if I ever do feel like things are a little more restricted, then I can always increase the amount of times that I dilate. Like if I'm like, okay, she's getting a little too tight for my comfort, let's dilate twice a week instead of once a week. But like I said, once my boyfriend comes back, I'm not even really gonna have to worry about dilating. So why do I have to dilate? Because I've talked a little bit about that. I haven't gone into great detail. So we'll talk about the surgery itself in another video, but because of that surgery, I have this open hole in my body that my body is constantly trying to heal over and close. So if I don't do my dilations, the cavity will continue to shrink and shrink and shrink and shrink and shrink until it eventually closes over. Now, if I want to stop my dilations at any point in time, I can, and I can reach out to the hospital and they'll help me through the process of easing off of them, and everything will close up properly and healthily, and there will be very minimal risk factor there. But why would I want that? Because I want intercourse myself, so I don't want it to close up. So yes, I gotta keep dilating. Now, one day when I'm like 80, 90 years old and I'm done having sex, who knows? Maybe then we'll simmer down and we'll stop with the dilations. But maybe not either. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, one good thing about that though, I guess, is if I ever feel like I'm not as tight as I would like to be down there, I could always put more time, and I mean like that's normal for everyone too, but more time between intercourse or dilations. But because my body's literally trying to heal itself and close itself up, I'm gonna always tighten up pretty quick, I feel. At least that's not something that I literally ask the doctors or the nurses or anyone like that, but like that would just be my general understanding from this whole process and how everything's been explained to me, how things would work. Like if I want to start being a little tighter, I could just kind of, instead of dilating once a week, maybe we dilate once every week and a half, and things just tighten up a little bit more. Not that I have that issue at all, but like if that ever was an issue in the future, when I'm like 50 years old, then I can like reach out to the hospital, and maybe that can be like a little thing that I literally do to just kind of like, we Gucci. Now, I myself haven't had like any real major issues with healing. Aside from like those painful moments, there has been no like complications with the surgery itself. It's been truly amazing. Like the scars, she looks pretty. She looks pretty. What can I say? I am blessed. I'm super happy. I'm so grateful that this has finally happened. It has been such a long time coming, and I've said this before, but I finally got my kitty. Rawr. Anyways though, on that note, I actually gotta go dilate myself now. So I'm gonna take my tools, I'm gonna go curl up in bed, I'm gonna put some TV on, maybe watch some live streams, and I'm gonna stretch my kitty out so that my kitty doesn't close. This is gonna be the next hour. It usually takes me about an hour to do the whole process by the time I like set up the bed, get the incontinence pad set up, get all the lube and everything, and then angle the mirror. I don't really need to use the mirror that much anymore because I've done it for so long that I can just kind of like find the hole and put it in. But when I was first doing it, I had a mirror so I could watch myself where I was putting it in and also examine myself. And I still like do examinations and all that stuff, but I don't need the mirror for my dilations, is what I'm saying. But yeah, that would be everything. So I think I'm gonna be ending today's YouTube video here. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. A lot of people in live streams ask what dilations are and what they are. So like hopefully this explains a little bit more. Literally just taking this hard plastic object, and it's not like pleasant. It does not feel like your toys. It The reason I was like tapping it together is because like it's hard. I wanted you to hear the sound. It is not a pleasant thing. Now though, for me, it's not even like super uncomfortable or anything like that. It's just more tedious. But like I said at the start, it was freaking painful. Like it hurt. But we got through it, and now here we are, a year and a quarter year later, all healed up, waiting for my boyfriend to come home, dilating like a good girl. Rawr. I hope everyone's having a great night tonight. Thank you again for stopping by. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, and I'll see you in the next video. Rawr.